Good evening, everybody. Happy Saturday night to you, and welcome to Pocono, the Tricky Triangle, right here live with SERL Truck Series on this fine Saturday night. Our last broadcast of the year. We got a couple weeks off after this, and man, this is an exciting place to race. Tons of room. The draft really plays a role here, and man, I've had a lot of good times at this facility, and could not be happier to be here. Qualifying underway right now as we see the number 45 of James Jones up front. With me tonight, as always, Logan Lax. Welcome to Pocono.
Yeah, and speaking of the next 2 weeks, employed for 2 weeks.
Hey, there you go. Enjoy the time. That's all you can do. It's, oh boy, that 16 got wiggly down there, but really cool facility, man. Like I said, I've done a lot of racing here, and Turn 1 is one of the most unique corners, in my opinion, in NASCAR. Not only does this track not have 4 turns, they call it the Tricky Triangle for a reason, but turn number 1 is very, very unique, man. You got to really get that thing woed up. But talk about some long straightaways where the draft can really come into play here.
Yeah, and Pocono is actually kind of more... the turns are based off of other tracks, as a turn 1 is based off of, according to Google, the now defunct Trenton Speedway. Turn 2 is modeled like Indianapolis, and turn 3 seems to be based off of, be really cool if it was a lot easier to find.
Yeah, technology's great when it works. But I tell you what, now is we've got this number 25 machine. We were talking off air before we got here. Our first 2-time winner this year, Cody Reeder, in that number 25. He's having a great beginning to this season.
Yeah, first he took my number, and then he won 2 more times than I have. So, I mean, props to him, but sucks for me.
Yeah.
As Google has confirmed. Turn 3 is based on Milwaukee.
Nice. That's very cool how they put all that together, man. Very unique facility here.
So unoriginal. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Yeah, really cool. Looks like let's see what we got here. Turn off this music. See if we can't get a look at our
going.
Yeah, I usually. Our qualifying grid here. We have got James Jones, number 45, on the pole here at Pocono.
Yeah, James not had the best luck this season, but trying to turn it around today. Has out-qualified Landon Lacey, who destroyed everybody else in practice with a 54.8. Qualified with a 55.1. So a lot of these drivers faster on their qualifying lap, a bit slower. I feel like it changes for a lot of these drivers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting race. Getting ready to grid up here. Getting the trucks loaded up here for you. They're going to put on a show, I can tell you that, man. This is going to be a lot of fun. One thing that we do want to mention right now is the 316 of Dean Brummett. He is not here today. And as we take a look at what's going on here, he is currently our points leader. So I don't know how much that's going to affect things. They may or may not allow a drop week here. I'd have to look into that, to be honest with you. I don't remember. But we see second and third position, Landon Lacey and Dakota Reeder. Second and third are tied, both at -8 points behind Dean. Anthony Trippi, 27 back, and Dakota Camper in the number 3 car is 5th in points, -33 back. So we have got one heck of a points battle going on up front as we head to Pocono.
Yeah, as numbers 3 and 4 being Landon Lacey, Dakota Reeder, due to how close they are on points and the gap they have to Anthony Trippi, I believe whoever finishes first between the two of them will take the points lead going into this 2-week off season.
Yeah, I think you're right there. And we've also, as we do each and every week, we want to give Darren's Nail Gun Repair a shout out. They are the sponsor of this league. They will be giving away cash and prizes for the driver that finishes this season with the less amount of incident points. So, as always, each and every week, we give props to this league for promoting clean driving. That's what we like to see.
Yeah, as a lot of these league races still cleaner than any carb cup you'll ever race in.
Yeah, that is for sure. And super cool, man. This is just one of those paint schemes that sticks out each and every week, and certainly has a very good cause behind it. Great to see that 45 machine up front, qualified very well with Landon Lacey rounding out that front row here. Is we're going to do 60 laps around Pocono. Doesn't sound like a lot of laps, but I tell you what, this is a massive racetrack. So the race will go by pretty quick, as it does each and every week. But this is a big facility, and 60 laps will go by pretty quickly. And we're going to have our stage break will be at lap 25. They do not throw a caution. They will just score the top 10 accordingly.
Yeah, and speaking of new schemes, which you brought up, there's a lot of them in the field today. Dakota Camper not running the usual gathering place car, now running an Unchained sponsored truck with that number 3. Looks like a throwback to Dale Earnhardt Sr.
Absolutely does. Unchained Motorcycle Ministry. So there's always he's always promoting a great cause out there as well. And the owner of this league has a good qualifying run here. Number 16 of Blake Giglio, rounding out the top 4 here as the iRacing pace truck heads down pit road. We're getting ready to go green flag racing live right here on a happy Saturday night to you. Happy holidays. Green flag is out, and we are racing.
As especially in a place like Pocono where the track's a bit bigger, you may see more moves than we have the last 2 weeks due to just the nature of this track compared to the last 2.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely right. Like I said earlier on, the draft can certainly play a role here. That can help you make some power moves, as we see the number 45 leading the way here on lap 1 with Landon Lacey right attached to that rear bumper.
Yes, Dakota Bailey out of turn 1 seemed to go really low, maybe got loose out of the turn. The 88 now sitting in position 16th.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks like 15th and 16th there with the 88 and Richard Gonzalez. But you can certainly get really loose here. That is, we see the 24 wanting to take the lead here.
Real close.
Yeah, real close. Side by side, coming to the start-finish line, and James Jones is going to lead that lap. He's going to get a point for leading a lap here at Pocono as we head into lap number 3.
Yeah, the great thing about running a track like Pocono after the last 2 short tracks is there's a bit more of an emphasis on multi-lane racing. You know, not just trying to dive to the bottom wherever you can, trying to get whatever speed you can out of maybe a turn 1, maybe a turn 2, especially that, low banking of turn 3, you can get a run on that outside.
Yeah, you can absolutely make the outside work here, and if you can find a dancing partner that'll help draft with you, you can make passes down the straightaway. Certainly a whole entire different animal than what we've seen the last couple weeks, as we see that 25 digging down on the bottom lane here. 2-time winner Cody Reeder trying to take over that 4th position here from Dakota Camper.
Yeah, Cody really not satisfied with just 2 wins, wants to make it a 3rd. And he's going to do everything he can to do that.
He absolutely is. He wants to come out of here with a good points day. And right now we've got an awesome battle up front here. The top 10 cars under a blanket here at Pocono. Oh, boy.
As the 25 almost makes contact with the 3, slid up the track. You couldn't even fit a piece of paper between those 2 drivers. If someone's in the wall.
Looks like I believe that's the 07 George Jewell. I think he's going to be all right. I think he was just testing to make sure that safer barrier was in place. We're all good.
Yeah. I guess making sure none of those did. As he's going to fly by that 15. Obviously didn't lose too much pace in that.
That was a really good move there. As Landon Lacey to the point here at Pocono, coming to lap 5 of 60. But James Jones says, not so fast, sir. I came to play today. What a good run he's having so far tonight at Pocono. This is awesome.
Yeah, as Blake Giglio continues to follow James through the back through the front stretch. He did the same thing when James was on the outside the previous lap. Followed him on the inside for the second. So maybe Blake trying to get more points on Landon, trying to catch up for that the championship lead.
Yeah, definitely. See a new scheme here on the number 1 of Bobby Anderson. Up to the 5th position. He is currently up 3 positions. So far in this race, your biggest mover of the race. And this league does reward bonus points for the biggest mover at the end of the race as well. Really cool looking scheme on that number 1 as he dives underneath the 25 car, trying to take over. Well, actually, Bobby Anderson took back the 5th position.
Yeah, and speaking of new schemes, that 8 car, I believe, with the new car, Mike Wells. Another one would be I believe the 07 of George Jewell in that van. John J. McIntyre also with the new car, that number 2 Mopar.
I feel like I've seen that somewhere before. That's a good looking truck right there. Very cool.
Yeah.
Would love to see that company come back into NASCAR, man. I think everybody would like to see a Dodge come back, but the talks have kind of stalled out from what I'm hearing, so I guess only time will tell. As Landon Lacey leading the way here at Pocono on lap 5, he has regained his spot.
Yeah. As Jason Templeton or George Jewell, I believe one of them made contact with the wall, saw some smoke in the air out of turn 2. I almost said turns 1 and 2. Geez, I'm used to these 4-turn ovals.
Yeah. Turn 4 is out there somewhere. You just gotta find it.
You gotta go to another state to find it.
That's right.
It's not in Pocono.
You can see from this shot just how open this area is. It's almost like a track is just out in the middle of nowhere. Just such a unique setting for this place, man. I just love Pocono. Always have.
Yeah, as we follow the front, or as I follow the front, Landon Lacey continuing to lead James into turn 2. James maybe going to stick behind him, save some fuel, save some time. Just do everything he can to be with Landon at the end of this race.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you just brought up another point that something we haven't had to pay attention to the last couple of weeks because of the racetrack style. A place like Pocono, it absolutely could come down to a fuel mileage race.
Yeah, I was racing the... Oh, this is a caution.
We have a caution.
As Dakota Bailey is around.
Like the number 88 is backwards here. Let's take a look and see what happened to the 88 machine.
Ooh.
See him down on the low line there. Let's see what we got going on here. Looks like him and the 8. Ah, boy. Yeah, it looks like he just got turned. I don't know if he didn't know the 8 was there. Was not quite clear. Or the 08, yeah.
Yeah, there's 2. They had to make it harder.
Was not quite clear as he comes up in front of the 08 and gets turned here. David Mayo in that number 08. Unfortunate for the 88, but we do have a fast repair option here. Just one quick repair in SERL. Looks like he is probably going to be using that puppy early on tonight here at Pocono.
Yes, Dakota, I believe, was also involved in a wreck last week. Just unlucky the last 2 weeks. Hoping maybe for just a clean race soon. That's also going to get rid of his 0X for this race.
Right.
Same with David Mayo in that 08.
Yeah, so we're going to have to keep our eye on it here. I mean, it is pretty early on in this thing. We're going to have to see if we've got any takers. I know it may be not necessarily a tire issue, but this certainly could be a fuel strategy here. If somebody does stop, can they make it on one more stop and not have to make this a 2-stop race?
Yeah, I mean, you may have a lot of time left, but you have to remember we're already past 10% of this race being completed.
It's definitely going to be something interesting. I believe they run 60 to 65% fuel here, so definitely something we're going to have to keep our eye on. If we have anybody duck down pit road, I think it would be more about the fuel than tires at this point.
Yeah, you have to wonder maybe some people will take fuel but no tires just to try and get a jump on pit road, or tires and no fuel, expecting another caution. It can really change depending on what you expect in these next few laps.
Yeah, definitely. Pocono's not typically a real high caution racetrack here, but anything can happen, man. I mean, We're getting ready. Everybody's getting amped up for the holidays. Anything can happen, and there could be a little bit of, maybe a little leftover pent up aggressions here from some of these short tracks as we see everybody but the leader coming down pit road, leaving that 24 car high and dry here.
Oh, wait, I forgot I was on the replay again. Jeez.
And welcome, everybody. Thank you all so much for tuning in and supporting the 213 Broadcast Network. I see a couple people in the chat here. Go win for JJM Motorsports. And
yeah, Josh Anderson.
Yes, and go 07 of George Jewell. We've got some people in the chat supporting these drivers, and that's what we love to see each and every week. Thank you all so much for tuning in and not only supporting us, but supporting them, man. These guys are the ones that really put on the show. We could not be here without them. So Landon Lacey, James Steffes, and it looks like maybe the 16 of Blake Giglio stayed out. Everybody else has come down pit road.
Blake Giglio was the first person on pit road. He overtook James C. Jones.
Yep. My scoring actually just updated. It said 0, and then it just changed to 1. So,
as Landon Lacey and Jesse Steffs, the only two not to pit. Jesse maybe trying to get as many or as much movement as she can.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to see how that turns out. I mean, like you said, we're not really far into this race, and tires haven't worn a whole lot, but 10 laps is 10 laps, man. I would really enjoy those 10-lap fresher Goodyears at this point. That's my personal choice right now. So we'll see how the 24 and the 49, how they can hold off this field here as we're getting ready to go side by side and get these things filed back up here at Pocono.
See, here's the difference between you and me. You'd enjoy 10-lap fresher tires. I'd enjoy making it 10 laps on the same set of tires.
Yeah, these iRacing officials have been monstrous this week, man. I have had absolutely zero luck. It's not been a very good week for my iRating, I can tell you that much.
And with trucks and Indy at pretty much full speed tracks next weekend, you have trucks at Dega, Indy at Indianapolis, at least in C-Class, which is where I run currently.
Right.
Yeah. I'm either going to get really good or tank a lot.
Yeah, I just learned to just kind of not even pay attention to it, man. It's one of them things like we all pay to be out here. Go out there and enjoy the moment and have fun. And whatever happens, it's going to happen. Don't overanalyze your iRating too much unless you're trying to go pro, because you are just going to drive yourself crazy.
Speaking of driving, that's something a lot of Landon Lacey, I think, has been doing. Seems like he's put a lot of practice into these trucks, into this track, into these setups, into this league, just to win, get this championship. Obviously sitting -8 right now, but if he beats Cody Reeder in this race, I believe he will take that lead.
Yeah, I think you're right. And he certainly had the pace to do it. As we have looked at, the practice numbers, you had made a point to me, like, this guy's practice times was a good second above everybody else at certain points. So he has definitely got the speed. But, it does not necessarily come down to short run speed. This could be a long green flag run, and tire management could certainly come into play here. But we know he can do that too. So I'd say the 24's got a good shot to it.
Yeah, speaking of speed, the 25 lost a lot of position on pit road, sitting 10th currently. I believe he was running 4th or 5th at some point. Maybe doing an altered strategy, maybe getting some optional damage fixed. Not quite sure.
That could be, as we see the iRacing pace truck dive down pit road. We are getting ready to go back to green flag racing here. Lap 11 of 60 live SERL Saturday night racing at Pocono. 24 jumps out to the lead here.
Yes, Landon Lacey gets a huge jump on the rest of the field, and we'll just try and run away with this lead. Blake Giglio right behind him in that 16 machine. Blake, I believe, is runs pro for iRacing in the Dirt Sprint Series, if my memory serves me correct.
Very cool, very cool. As we see a good side-by-side battle here for 4th and 5th between Dakota Camper, James Jones, and the 49 of Jesse Stefes here. Oh, we see a little bit of flash in there.
Yeah, as Blake Giglio runs pro in the World of Outlaws series in iRacing,
Nice,
so
that's
obviously
awesome.
has some experience at a higher level of competition, doing what he
Yeah,
can to get past Landon Lacey.
yeah, that's awesome. He's certainly right there. He's using that draft to stay sucked up behind that leader here. Looks like he's the only Toyota, man. That'd be a pretty big to come out here without any manufacturer teammates and take a win from all these Chevy and Ford guys.
Yeah, as you have to ask yourself, will Blake maybe push the 24 of Landon Lacey forward until maybe lap 24 or 25, where he'll make a move and go for that stage win?
That's
Try and pass him as soon as possible and run away.
right. Yeah, I mean, staying in the draft is a good place to be, especially with these really long straightaways. That you can conserve a little bit of fuel that way too. If it's comes down to a fuel mileage race, staying in that draft is where you want to be. As we see a ton of side by side racing back here and a power move, the 25 is going to attempt to. Is he going to take it 3 wide here?
It's 3 wide currently, going into turn 1 soon.
He's going to
Will
keep it
anyone back
hammered.
out?
Yeah. He's keeping that pedal to the metal here, and with 3 wide, it's going to get tight, boys.
It's Cody Reader sliding up a bit. David Mayo sliding down a bit. Or sorry, not David Mayo. Mike Wells. Now I'm mixing up the eights.
Looks
As
like
now George Jewell will look to take it 3 wide.
yeah, this is cool, man. Good racing.
See, if I do this, I end up getting dumped.
Oh, we
When
got
they
some
do it, it's cool.
contact. The two.
As the two's into the wall.
Oh boy. Yeah, somebody got into the back of the 2 here. We're gonna step this back just a little bit and see if we can see what happened here.
The 7 slid up and hit the 2 into the wall.
Yeah, they just ran out of real estate. Unfortunate for John. Hate to see that happen here. Great looking truck and had pretty good speed here today. Guess we'll see if maybe he can catch a caution and get that thing fixed up here. Get back into contention as we see some single file action here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably about all the way back to the 6th or 7th spot. I think we're single file for the time being here.
Yeah, as Blake Giglio's lost pace with Landon Lacey. Maybe checked up a bit. Dakota Camper doing everything he can to chase Blake down. Maybe try and get second in the stage. The stage ends in 12 laps.
Sorry about that. I still had the replay on myself. It's easy to forget that
Now
button,
you know
isn't
how
it?
I feel. I know. It's crazy.
Sorry about that, guys.
You'll be like, that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. It's like, well, you just start getting conversation. Forget to hit the live button again. But
Yeah.
the 21 sucked up on the Bobby Anderson truck right now. He's looking at taking over that 5th position as he dives to the inside here, trying to take over 5th on lap 15. Great run so far by that number 21 of Jason Templeton.
Now you have to wonder if maybe someone like Jesse Steffs, fresh tires has held up the field a little bit, giving Landon Lacey the ability to run away with this lead. Gives him a lot of time to someone such as Blake Giglio or Dakota Camper, as Dakota has now reached the 16 of Blake Giglio. Who may be looking to, I think there's contact in the back. As the 49 and the 21 make contact, the 49's into the inside wall.
Oh, no.
No caution is out.
Caution. Dang,
As I will replay that real quick.
that's
It's like
unfortunate.
the 49 checked up, the 21 went high, and 21 just ended up hooking that 49. 21 with damage. Really not great for Jason Templeton's race. Not what he wanted, but what he ended up with. As now he makes contact with James C. Jones.
Oh, boy. That looked like a hard hit on the inside wall here. That 45 looks like he just got cleaned out. Let's take a look at this one.
Actually,
This is
looks
going to
like-
be interesting.
Yeah. Actually, looks like the 45 came down into the 21 there.
Gotcha. Well, we're about to find out. The cameras don't lie.
Well, mine do sometimes.
Let's see what happens here. Oh, yeah. He didn't realize the 21 was there, I don't think.
Yeah, these iRacing spotters, not always reliable. That's why I use virtual reality.
It is definitely not perfect. Wow, yeah, that was a really hard hit there. That 45 is not going to be able to continue without a fast repair. I can guarantee that after that hit. And yeah, I mean, it just looked like he didn't even realize he was there. Really unfortunate situation.
Yeah, as the 45 has now used his fast repair. Or actually, I don't believe he has yet. The front end doesn't have damage, but the rear definitely does.
Guess we'll see. I'd have to imagine he's going to have to use it here. We could
The
take a
damage
look
doesn't
at.
look awful.
Really? Well, he might
Yeah,
have got lucky with one then, because man, that sure looked like a hard hit from my perspective.
I think he just barely caught the end of that wall, like on that corner.
Wow, that's not nearly as bad as what I thought it would be.
Yeah, I thought he'd just not have half a truck anymore.
Huh. All right. Well,
Someone like David Mayo, I don't believe has used his fast repair. That truck's still looking a little beat up from his contact with Dakota Bailey.
yeah, the '08 has definitely got a little bit of damage here. Interesting scenario there. I really hate to see that. Clearly, he did not get the clear message from his spotter, and unfortunately turned right down into the vehicle here. But before we had that caution, man, Dakota Camper had caught Blake, was pressuring him to take over that second spot. So that number 3 truck has definitely got some pretty good long run pace here tonight at Pocono.
Yeah, and now that number 3 car will have the inside on Blake if he and the 24 of Landon Lacey can get a good jump off the start. As Landon will now go into pit road. Will anyone else take the number and the number 3 of Dakota Camper? It looks like, or Dakota Camper, sorry. Seems like everyone is going to take a little ride down pit road.
Sir. Pits are busy right now. Doesn't seem like okay, so we've got the 25 and it looks like the '07, I believe.
That is
Stayed
the
out.
'07 of George Jewell.
Okay.
Maybe trying to do what they can off of obviously Cody Reeder needs to beat Landon Lacey to get that championship lead. If he can get this stage win, that's going to be more points for him.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's probably what that's about right there, is coming to lap 25 here and seeing if he can't capture that stage, those stage points here. Very good observation.
We wait the 500 years it takes for pacing to finish.
Yeah. Definitely long pace laps, as we have a very big racetrack. And, you know, I got a kick out of one time when I was racing here. The group I was with was just all around funny guys, and they were so bored just pacing and pacing. They actually started singing songs together, and I was laughing so hard. I had tears running down my face, and I ran into the back of somebody because I couldn't see. So that was like one of the most embarrassing moments of my early iRacing career.
It's all fun and games till the iRacing Pocono lobby starts rickrolling you with their own voice.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. I was laughing my butt off right there. So, two-time winner Cody Reeder is back up to the point here, and we're gonna have to see. He last pitted on lap 8. These other guys last pitted on lap 17 here, as it looks like George Jewell probably decided better of the situation here, as we see that '07 coming down pit road.
Yeah, someone who got a lot of positions off pit road, I believe, was Aaron Sayer and Dakota Bailey, both plus 12 now from their starting positions.
Very good. Yeah, very good.
As maybe they just took fuel or just took tires.
It could be too. I mean, it could just be a fuel-only stop. Aaron Sayer in that 42, Dakota Bailey in the number 88, 12 positions, and the 88 is up 11 spots, man. So I'd have to imagine that's probably just a fuel-only stop, and I think they're saving a set of tires here in the bank for later on in this race.
Yeah, as Cody Reeder seems to be choosing the outside for this restart, he'll have Blake Giglio right behind him.
That's an interesting. I guess outside's not a bad place to be. You can certainly use that high line, the momentum into turn 1 for sure, as long as you don't overdrive it. A lot less chance of getting loose up there. You can really get these things loose hugging that yellow line here in turn 1.
Yeah, I know a lot about loose. I tried these things at New Hampshire. That thing spins around on a dime.
Oh, yeah.
It either turns too much or doesn't turn at all.
Yeah. Yeah, especially the next gens, man. Those things will snap loose on you real quick. It's quite
I
the
haven't really, yeah, I haven't really had any issues with the next gen snapping loose.
no.
For me, it's been.
Yeah. I've definitely
So.
had some issues with the next gen, but right now we are trucking. So all right, so now we are even according to the scoring. Okay, so I guess it depends on where Blake is because it's shifting Dakota up or down a position, but we'll keep an eye on that as they do reward the biggest mover bonus points at the end of this race here. So every point counts.
Yeah, Dakota should be third, as only the front two choose where they start.
Yes.
Everyone else lines up normal.
Absolutely, and green flag back out here. Lap 20, live at Pocono. Dakota Bailey, your only two-time winner, is leading the way. One more time here. Green flag is back out.
And by Dakota Bailey, he meant Cody Reader.
Cody Reader. Wow, yeah, I had a moment there. Cody Reader.
Oh, trust me, I think both of us have.
There's too many Dakotas.
There's too many Ks.
Dakota.
Cody.
Cody.
Can you guys get like legal name changes? Make our job easier, please.
Yeah, I definitely had a moment there. As we see the 24 car, Landon Lacey came down pit road. He's currently right in the tail end there, using that draft of the 42. Oh, boy.
As the 42 checks up, Landon attacked, it'll send the 42 down. 42 got stuck 3 wide. I think it'll even
boy.
itself as Richard Gonzalez.
No.
That was a weird bit of contact there.
Dang, 23 hard into the outside wall here. Have to go back and take a closer look at that. They were definitely 3 wide.
Oh.
Something. Let's see if
It looks like netcode maybe with the 8 as Jason Templeton hits again. That might be his second wreck.
that whole thing
Jason
caused just a chain reaction. You know, we saw people checking up because
Yeah.
they got loose, and Richard is clear right there.
It looks like Mike Wells maybe got into the rear end. Maybe
Yeah,
a bit
he
of netcode as
did.
well.
I think the 8. Looks like the 8 definitely touched the rear end of that 23 there.
The 42 and 24 both really love contact.
All right. Well, Richard Gonzalez definitely taking a hit here. We have to keep an eye on that, whether he's going to use his faster pair as we get back to the live action here and see if he's going to come down pit road. Didn't look too incredibly terrible. I'm being honest with you. I was really surprised at that 45. That last incident looked like a heck of a hit here, but looks like a pretty clean truck right now. He may have used that faster pair.
Yeah, someone who hasn't used a faster pair would be the 21 of Jason Templeton. I believe he already has used his faster pair. You know, truck may be damaged for the rest of tonight.
Yeah, he does have a little bit of right front damage there for sure. Keep our eye on Richard here and see if he's going to come down pit road for any repairs. Didn't look like a terrible hit there, but he does have some a lot more nose damage than I thought he would. Yeah, he's going to come down pit road here and see what he can do about getting that Silverado fixed up a little bit.
Yeah, I guess he just tried to flatten that nose a bit too much after that contact.
Yeah. Well, all right. So a couple more cautions early on than I thought we were going to have. A lot of aggressive racing here, and it's a wide racetrack, and you know what? You get momentum and you see an opportunity, man. You just want to take it. Sometimes cautions breed cautions, as we all know. While we're under caution here, we're going to step aside for just one moment, and we're going to pay some bills. We'll be right back. All right, and back live here at Pocono. Thanks to Blake Howell, BHR_Sim Racing on Instagram. Thank you for being a partner here of the 213 Broadcast Network. And Blake, congratulations on your championship, brother. Not only does he make some awesome paint schemes and some really good renders, he just won a championship. So congratulations and thank you for supporting our league here as we are under caution once again at Pocono. Getting ready to go back green flag racing here with Cody Reeder. I got it right this time, leading the way here as he once again chooses the outside lane for this restart.
Yeah, an interesting choice by Cody Reeder, but maybe since it worked the first time, he's going to try again. This will give him a bit more time to, hit his gas and get more speed into turn one, as he's going to have a wider radius of turn.
Absolutely. As we're going to take a quick look here back, it looks like Richard Gonzalez did utilize his faster pair here, so he's going to have to do some heads-up driving the rest of this thing. Couple guys using their faster pair early on in this event here.
I'm not quite sure. There should be a thing people have used their faster pair, but I'm not seeing anything.
Yeah, it doesn't unfortunately show up in the live timing. Well, I am part of a forum here for the SDK software, and they were talking about that. And right now, there's really not a way for them to write that in for some reason. It's causing them issues, and it has been brought up, but as of now, it is not an option for us on the broadcast side, unfortunately.
Racing would at least have something on their spectate, but I guess not.
Yeah, that's way out of my element. I don't know, but unfortunately,
yeah, I just turn left. That's what I do.
I try.
Well, I try to turn left. It sometimes it ends up turning right, but we'll see.
Yeah, really excited about 2023. Can't wait to get back on track here in my home league, and hopefully get some more broadcast partners along with us here as we're getting ready for the holidays. And as we said, this is our final broadcast of the year, and we are getting ready to go back green flag racing here as the iRacing pace truck is gonna duck down pit road, and we are going back green flag racing here as the 25 hits the gas back up through the gears and gets a great launch on that outside lane. Cody Reeder, all in the mail here.
As I was hauling the replay button, as I forgot to hit live again.
Telling you, man, it's so easy to do. Yeah, when you start having conversation and you just forget that one stupid button. We see Landon Lacey down there making that bottom lane work as he gets an awesome launch down this this backstretch here, passing the one car. It looks like he's going to take Bobby Anderson into this turn two here.
Yeah, maybe getting some assistance from Cody Reeder, who dove low in bottom lane and on that backstretch.
Great pass. He made it look easy as that number 3 truck we mentioned earlier. He's had a lot of really good long run pace here on that new Dale Earnhardt throwback looking number 3 truck here. Oh boy. Trying to utilize that air.
Yeah. Looks like maybe the 16 and 25 may have made contact at 3, but they may have just been the 25 following.
Yeah, I think it was an aggressive attempt at a side draft. I didn't actually see them make contact, but it's very possible that they did, as side drafting does in fact work, just like it does in real life here on the sim. You just got to be careful because, man, it can go ugly real quick if you misjudge it.
Carb Cup.
Oh, boy. Close, close, close.
As Cody Reeder doing everything he can. Landon Lacey in the wall. Landon Lacey will now make the move. Turn 3.
Oh, man, this is some good aggressive racing here.
As the 25 went from 1st to 4th in one lap, maybe now 5th if the 1 can complete the move. He won't. Blake Giglio will win the stage as they will continue to go green. There is no caution for stages.
That was awesome. No wonder they were racing so hard here. They wanted that stage win. Great job, Blake. That was awesome, man. Good hard racing here.
Yeah, as I'm assuming that everyone will pit the next caution, if there's a next caution, as one may be coming with that 24 and 3 being so close together. 25 just falling off the pace.
Yeah.
Due to those old tires. Stayed out the last 2 pit cycles. Some of these other drivers going in at least one of them. Trying to keep any position they have.
Definitely. Cody Reeder last pitted on lap 8. Everybody else pitted on lap 17. So that's that's a big enough difference to see what we're seeing here. He just cannot maintain the speed. It doesn't appear as these front couple, though, as he's holding on a lot better than I thought he would.
Yeah, he's actually caught back up to Dakota Camper and Landon Lacey with Bobby Anderson right behind them.
Oh, good big block
Ooh.
there.
Landon Lacey doing everything he can to keep second, just wants to chase down that sixth. But Dakota Camper will dive low into turn 1. 25 right on Dakota's bumper, maybe trying to push him through the turn.
He definitely touched him that time. There's no question about that. There was a little bit of contact made here, trying to utilize the bump draft down this long straightaway here. And again, just like just like side drafting, you can bump a little bit. You got to be careful, and you got to make sure you're square because you can definitely turn the guy in front of you.
I guess they modeled the backstretch after Super Speedway too, then.
I guess so. So yeah, we've got a great battle here for second, third, fourth, fifth.
As Cody Reeder loses pace with Dakota and Landon again, maybe just that contact or slight contact with Dakota hurt him.
Looked like he got real tight off exit there on that last corner. Was kind of looked like the issue there to me, but he's still there, man. He's still there. That 3 on the 25 can get back up there. Let's take a look back here a little bit. James McCanney holding on a nice top 10 finish in the number 15, and John McIntyre had an issue earlier on in this race, and that number 2 machine, that awesome looking Mopar scheme, back up here in the top 10, so that's been a really good recovery for him. And the guy that was just 3 wide here got turned there by the 8, I believe. Richard Gonzalez used his faster pair and once again showing speed as he's trying to get back up here in the top 10. So great job, Richard, getting a nice rebound going here.
As John McIntyre looking at the side of his truck, I do not believe he used a faster pair after that contact with the wall, so that may be where some of his position has come from.
Yeah, I guess that's very possible too. Maybe he's saving that faster pair for later on in this thing. He's definitely got a little bit of right side damage, but still got a fast hot rod there. So keep cranking on them laps, man. You never know what can happen.
As Dakota Bailey going in on lap 29 made contact with that outside wall. Maybe some damage to that right rear.
He got close again right there. We see the 45 of James Jones trying to get underneath Jesse Steffes here for the 6th position, I believe it is. And he too had an earlier incident, a very hard hit in the inside wall. So there's been a lot of good rebounds here so far tonight.
As you have to wonder, maybe James C. Jones was able to just sit in optionals instead of using his faster pair, just due to the nature of the contact. It didn't look like he had too much damage on his truck, so maybe optionals was enough to do it without going a lap down.
Yeah, and that's one of the upsides to having longer pace laps like this, as opposed to a place like Martinsville or something. You have
Bristol.
Yeah, you have a lot longer time to sit on pit road and allow your crew to make repairs and not have to utilize that fast repair. So that's very good observation, as we see that 24 machine right now chomping away at this lead here. He wants to go up here and lead this thing, as we are halfway through this race already. SERL live on Saturday night right here at Pocono Raceway.
Yeah, and speaking of pit strategy when it comes to damage, almost doing kind of a Kyle Busch 2022 Daytona 500 type strategy, coming in almost every pit stop and just trying to repair the car. Similar strategy in a Michigan race. Due to how the pace laps were a bit longer, I was able to go from pretty much undrivable to top, I believe it was 13 finish. So
nice. Yeah, that's very good.
Yeah.
Very good. All right, so as we see George Jewell here, the 07 is not having the day that he wanted, unfortunately. Pretty well off the pace here, unfortunately. Yeah, just not the points day that he was looking forward to. And James Templeton in the 21 is down 10 positions. Just an unfortunate day for him as well. A lot of these guys put a lot of time in, a lot of practice laps, a lot of time to get ready for these races, and it just sucks. It just nobody wants to have a bad day, and it's a lot of people are very passionate about what they do, and this is certainly no exception. So you always hate to see people having a rough day here, as we see a very very loose on corner exit there, an ill handling race car, unfortunately, right now for that 21 machine.
Yeah, 21 had already used his fast repair before that contact with Richard Gonzalez. Just wasn't able to fix the car in time.
It's unfortunate. Right now, we're just at a .18 interval here between these leaders. Landon Lacey is not letting Blake Giglio get away. He's staying right in his trail, using that. You can see him swerving and waving just a little bit, trying to give him dirty air and not allowing him to use that draft to get close.
Yeah, as Cody Reeder Anderson in that one car, as Landon Lacey makes contact with the outside going into turn 1.
He definitely scraped a little bit there. Yeah. And so right now, Dakota Bailey, I'm looking at my scoring right, and the 88 is currently the biggest mover of the race, up 7 positions. So he's, again, the story of the night has been rebound. He's had a really good rebound from earlier here. Pick up a lot of positions. Actually, Richard Gonzalez just...
Well, no. Now it's Dakota again.
It switched on
How
me
about
there.
we save this till after the race?
Yeah.
Let's figure that out later.
It switches on you.
The second we try and say something, it's like, nope.
I know.
We're gonna change.
Well,
So 15 looks like maybe some damage, but that may also just be the side profile that iRacing was giving me. No, it definitely looks like some left front damage to that 15 machine. James McCanney.
doesn't look too bad. He might... Oh, yeah, I can see the hood buckled up there a little bit.
Yeah. Not quite sure where he would have gotten that. But, it's enough to be noticeable.
Yeah. As we see these leaders still nose to tail here, coming to lap 35. This race is winding down pretty quick. And now I think it's just about, tire and fuel. I think that's going to be kind of where things are at right now. If we get another caution, that throws that out the window. But as we stand right now, do these guys have enough fuel to make it to the end? We're going to have to find out.
You also have to ask the question of what will happen with these lap cars of George Jewell and Jason Templeton. As the leaders are going into turn 1, these lap cars are coming out of turn 1. They've lost a lot of time to these leaders.
Yeah, they definitely have. It's only going to be a matter of time here. I can definitely tell you they're struggling. Definitely not the day they wanted, and pretty well off the pace. And, these two guys running nose to tail here, much like at a place like Talladega, Daytona, they're going to utilize that draft, and their lap times are going to be quicker than you running by yourself. So it's only a matter of time before they catch those guys.
As Cody Reeder has come in for a pit stop on lap 34.
Interesting. So now maybe he put himself in that window to not have to pit again if it stays green. This could be a fuel strategy by the number 25 here.
Yeah. Not pit since lap 8. That would mean that he had a 26 lap run. If he can... if he does another 26 lap run, he will finish the race with barely enough fuel left.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting then.
The 8 of Mike Wells. Heavy damage. Not quite sure where he would have received that. But damage on both the left and right.
Oh, wow, yeah. He's got a lot of damage. I don't see any. There's nothing showing up as far as incidents for him. So, yeah, me too. I don't know what happened.
Time to replay.
If you see something, definitely let me know. It did not register on my end, so interesting.
There must have been some drivers early in this run. Oh, wait. No. Dang it, iRacing, now you got me confused. thought there was a wreck. It was just a tree and a bush sign.
Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. We see Richard
Well, it's
Gonzalez.
because I had like, yeah, it looked like smoke.
I gotcha. He's utilized that high line coming off there, and man, he got an awesome run as he's going to just blow by Jesse right now in that 49 car. Richard Gonzalez taking over the 6th position. That was an interesting and very unique line, but man, he made that work. What a heck of a run right now for that 23 car.
Yeah, Richard Gonzalez dealt with a lot of adversity in this race, bouncing back the best he can.
Yeah, very good so far. Him and Dakota right now battling for that biggest points, biggest mover of the race. James Jones here in the 45, holding steady in the 4th position. Doesn't have much pressure behind him. Quite a gap though. Those top 3 guys have they've pretty much checked out here.
So update on the 8 car. On lap 25 at stage N, going into turn 2, he came down, made contact with Aaron Sayer, and hit the inside wall.
Gotcha.
We
see the 8 car off the pace.
Maybe more contact, maybe retiring.
He has definitely got some issues. I don't know if it's engine damage.
You think maybe his engine blew? Maybe he ran out of fuel? It looks like...
I don't think he would have ran out of fuel because he pitted on that. So, well, I mean, just because he pitted doesn't mean he took fuel, I guess.
He may have been in... Oh, no, his engine blew out.
It doesn't sound like it's running, does it?
No, his engine blew up. Really, just unlucky day for the 8 of Mike Wells. First some unlucky contact at the end of the stage, and now his engine blows.
Yeah,
that's going to bring out the caution.
It is, and you know what? That's just a helpless feeling. I know, you know, you hate that. And he certainly didn't do it on purpose. There's really, you know, he got off the racetrack, did the best he could, but this is such a long place, such a long access road and everything. If he were to stop and tow, it'd probably still throw the caution. So I think he, you know, he meant well. Unfortunately, just did not work out for Mike here. And we do have another caution. So that's going to take the fuel strategy out of the equation here, Logan. You know, I was kind of interested to see how that was going to work out for the 25 of Cody Reeder, if that was going to play into his favor, and it very well might have. But that strategy is no longer existent as we are under caution once again here at Pocono.
As the driver chat seems to be trying to figure out where the caution came from, you have to wonder maybe if someone like Cody Reeder, who didn't pit until recently, if he will stay out again, or if he'll pit with the rest of these drivers currently.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one. I think he's only got, what did he only do, like 2, maybe 3 laps? Since he pitted?
He pitted on lap 34,
34,
so 6.
okay.
Or more like 4 or 5.
Yeah. Oh, boy. If he's got an extra set in the bank, I guess I could see pitting, but I don't know, man.
Just tires, no fuel. If he pits just tires, no fuel, 1, that'll make his car lighter than all the other ones who take both. And 2, he'll have fresh tires.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
That may be the best idea for him.
Going to be interesting. As for those just tuning in here, first and foremost, happy holidays to you. Thank you for supporting this awesome league and this broadcast company. Unfortunate end to the day for Mike Wells. Looks like he is going to be sitting on pit lane, as looks like his engine has expired here. Lost power. And we did have a full course caution, unfortunately. Was not able to get out of the way in time. I believe iRacing threw the caution because of that. We are about to see a battle off pit road here to get this race.
The 25 of Cody Reeder only took fuel.
Yes, he did.
He's going to win off pit road. Did anyone stay out? The 42 of Aaron Sayer, who I believe was a lap down. No.
I don't think so.
The '08 of David Mayo and the '42 of Aaron Sayer have stayed out.
Yeah. Yeah, they weren't a lap down, so that's going to be an interesting call here.
Now the question is, do they just pit a lap later, or
Yeah, I mean, it looks to me like those guys might have been takers on pit road right before that caution came out. Because I think Aaron pitted on lap 38, and these guys just pitted here as I believe on lap 40. So,
yeah, David Mayo pitted on lap 37. Aaron Sayer pitted on lap 38. They seem to be good on fuel if they run the same 26 fuel run that Cody Reeder ran.
and these caution laps are going to help that as well. So it looks like
Yeah.
that unfortunate circumstance for the 8 car might have helped out these two guys as caught a break as they just come out of pit road before that caution and are going to take over the lead here at Pocono. So that's a gift.
Yeah, that'll also mean that Cody Reeder will be the first man that pitted as I believe Bobby Anderson dives back in. He's on pit road again.
Interesting.
Maybe getting some damage repaired.
Yeah, that very well could be. These guys should be able to make it on fuel. I don't think they're going to need to top off here.
Yeah, it looks like that right rear of Bobby Anderson is a bit caved in.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to sit there and utilize some of that optional repair time here. Things are going to get interesting here.
Because he's not going to have a lot of time. This is our last pace lap.
Yeah, they're going to have to get caught up here.
Well, he may be trying to do a Kyle Busch restart.
Yeah.
Could very well be possible if you just dive under, like right as that green flag hits. You could pass 6, 7 guys. You just get the right start.
Yeah, I guess we'd have to see where the iRacing tells them what line, because you can't technically pass anybody.
Yeah.
Change lanes before start finish, but I think they'll be able to catch up. We're about to find out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There'll be 18 laps to go.
They caught the rear of the field here, so we're good.
Okay.
So that's going to put the 08 and the 42, David Mayo and Aaron Sayer, on the front row here as we're about to go back green flag racing. And Cody Reeder and Blake Giglio rounding out the top 4 in that second row. We're about to see some interesting stuff here, I think. We know that second row has a ton of speed in it. We're going to see how these guys up front can handle this restart here. Is it a little bit of a bottleneck?
It's really packed in as neither of these drivers in the front are really able to get going. One rear-ended the 23 just because of everybody stacking up.
That was definitely...
The 25 of Cody Reeder will look to the outside of the 08. Just doing everything he can. Cody had pace all day, but Blake will get on his inside.
That 16's going to hold there the best he can, but that outside line and that momentum is going to prevail. As we are coming down here to 17 laps to go, the David Mayo leading the way here currently. Right now, this thing is winding down pretty quick here. I heard some tire squeal. Oh, boy. You see
David
that?
Mayo goes defensive.
Trying to utilize that air, but that 25, oh, boy. So, boy.
The 08 shoving the 25 up the track.
Look at the 16. Oh, my gosh. What a move.
The 08 pits in.
Oh, boy. I wonder what happened.
Do that. It was a very crushable move by the 08, not pitting during pace. Maybe trying to get that lead lap point.
Yeah, and you got to wonder if maybe there was some sort of black flag, a restart violation or something. I don't know why he would have pitted otherwise.
Ooh, Landon Lacey's in pit road.
Really?
There's actually 2 cars.
Oh my gosh. Landon Lacey, the 24 car front runner each and every week on pit road with some serious
John
damage.
McIntyre's blown up as well, I believe. Yeah, John McIntyre's engine and Landon Lacey's engine are both blown.
Wow.
Looks
What
like
is
their
going
days are
on
done.
here? Jeez, we see.
George Jewell is also disconnected.
I wonder if that was a product of that restart with everybody getting rear-ended there. You'd almost
Yeah.
think it would have to be because there was no other major accidents.
It was actually into turn 2. Landon made contact with the. If I go back in time, which is something I can do with this. Landon made contact going into turn 2 with, I believe, the 49.
Wow.
Just went to go low. Jesse slid up. No, Jesse just didn't brake enough. Slid up into Landon. That definitely is going to be looked at by the officials.
Yeah, we'll have to keep our eye on that in the penalties afterwards and see what they come up with as we see the number 3 of Dakota Camper here trying to take the lead.
James C. Jones barely missed out on that wreck as well.
Oh, yeah.
To present time. And I didn't forget this time.
Nice.
Yeah, John J. McIntyre has manually disconnected, cannot continue this race with an engine that does not work.
Man. Yeah, a couple very unfortunate events late in this race here. And I got to tell you, you know what? Once this thing's all done, I'll save the replay and go back and look at that restart. But that was a jumbled mess, and that's not something we normally see here in SERL. There was definitely some miscues here at the restart, and caused a lot of bottling up. So, man, what a rebound for Dakota Bailey in that 88 car. The Filthy Five Motorsports driver. Take the 3rd position right now, man. That's a really, really solid run for him today. And we've talked about Richard a few times. He had a very unfortunate incident there, going 3 wide. Got turned by the number 8 car, and he is currently holding on to 5th position, man. This would be his best finish so far in SERL if he can hold on to that today.
Yeah, this would also be Dakota Bailey's best finish of 3rd. Maybe gonna try and make it up to 2nd to continue the Filthy Five Motorsports tradition of finishing 2nd.
Yeah.
Dean isn't here to do it, so he'll do it.
I
himself.
know. And I hope Dean goes back and watches this and what we said last week. I was in no way, shape, or form trying to slam him. I hope did not mean that to be offensive. It just kind of came out a little wrong there. The most second place finishes in history. But man, I miss seeing him on the racetrack here. He's always absolute blast, and that man brings the show each and every week. So hope to see the 316 back out here next, and when this new year gets here, as we see the looks like Gonzalez losing a couple spots here.
As the 3 car continues, 16 of Blake Giglio trying to run away from the 88 of Dakota Bailey, with Cody Reeder and Jason Templeton fighting behind. Jason Templeton involved in some wrecks earlier. Looks like he didn't use his fast repair until now. We said earlier that he may be saving it for later in the race, expecting extra cautions. Used it at a perfect time and is now sitting in 6th, now sitting in 5th, battling for 4th.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's he saved that fast repair for when it mattered the most, and that 21 machine is it's got a lot of speed in it right now. Got a little tight there on exit as we see Gonzalez right there on the rear end here, trying to take back over that 5th position here. And looking at lap times, man, the 88 and the 3 are pretty much even here. They're the only... okay, so the top 3 are the only guys in the 55-second bracket here. Everybody else is running 56s. So those top 3 guys have certainly got a lot of speed. As we're coming down to 11 to go here already, Logan. This thing is about to be over quicker than we can... we realize this thing's going by fast.
Yeah, it's a lot quicker once the runs stay green.
Yeah. Most definitely.
These yeah. These laps take about a minute each almost, so 60 laps is really about an hour in these trucks.
Yeah, that's true.
These guys...
So we see the 24 back on back on track here, and I think the 8 of Mike Wills is back as well. Um, so yeah, I guess I wasn't 100% sure if the faster pair actually would fix the motors. I guess it does, but they're certainly have lost a lot of spots on track, and unfortunately at this time out of contention for this race here.
Yeah, unless Landon can get a really lucky caution while he's in a good position, I don't know if it's going to be possible for him to get back into that position. Unless
Yeah,
he's going to go under the 15.
yeah. Right now showing him the 24 in the 10th position, and the 8 of Mike Wells in the 14th position.
Yeah, John J. McIntyre had to retire due to engine problems from the same wreck as Landon Lacey, but he had to retire because he had already a faster pair and did not have an extra one in star.
Yeah, that stinks. So, yeah, unfortunate here as we're coming 10 to go here. Dakota Camper and that Dale Earnhardt number 3 looking machine leading the way here at Pocono. And for those that have followed the league, we know that this man knows how to win some championships here. He's had a couple races that had opportunities to win that just slipped by a little bit. And today he's leading the way right here. Very easily could get his first win of the season as we see Dakota Bailey hard into the outside wall.
As Dakota Bailey's engine blows up in the 8.
Woo, boy.
The 8 was already made huge contact.
He hit the outside wall super hard, and it shot him back down to the inside wall. And he was just like a pinball.
The 42 of Aaron Sayre also hit the 8, sending him to the air a second time.
Man, yeah, let's take a look at Dakota Bailey's incident, man. We know he hit hard. Let's take a look here.
Jeez.
Yeah, and that car just does not turn. I mean, he's just straight into that outside wall. And there's nothing he could do, just holding on all the way down to the inside fence. And watch this hit.
Oh.
Man,
It looks like it almost pinned him against the wall and then sent him back up.
Yeah, very unfortunate, man. Your third place runner right here, and here comes a huge impact by that number 8.
Yeah, and if you look back at turns 2, when the 8 is coming out of 2, it looks like him and Landon Lacey make a bit of contact. So he knows Landon is there and thinks that he's being squeezed into that 88 car. Unlucky for both of those drivers. Could be what Landon Lacey needs.
Yeah, that could be to get him back into contention here as we are under caution once again at Pocono. We're only going to have a handful of laps left when we get this thing back to green flag racing.
Actually, correction, Landon Lacey is a lap down. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, it is.
I was like, why is it still showing him 12th when he's sitting... Oh.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, unfortunate for him. But we see the leaders right now coming down pit road here. I kind of expected that was going to happen. Might have... see if anybody took a chance here. It looks like Jason Templeton.
Yeah. At 21, used his fast pair when he needed it. He recently pit on lap 40, so he hasn't pit since that last caution.
Yeah, he's going to have some laps on his tires here. This is interesting strategy. Aaron Sayre as well. He's got, 10, 11 lap fresher tires here than that leader.
Yeah.
That's a lot of Goodyear rubber, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens up front here.
Aaron Sayre, though, was part of that stack up, was on the outside of the front row on that last restart, so maybe he'll kind of turn up for this restart compared to... But we will find out.
Yes, we will. Definitely been some hard hits tonight, man. We've seen some pretty intense crashes here.
Looks like Aaron Sayre may be headed to pit road.
Sure looks like it.
as he dives under the line.
Hmm.
Blake Giglio also looks.
Yeah, it looks like
Never
Aaron might have a
mind.
problem though. Is it
I'm
going to the
not
tail
quite
of the
sure.
line? Huh. That's interesting. He didn't take the access road for the pits. Guess we're going to find out as we see the 21 coming down pit road here.
As it doesn't look like Aaron's gonna dive down. Maybe he was just given an AOL or an EOL as he had a wave around. Or he was the lucky dog, so
Okay, so maybe he
I believe
just...
back.
Gotcha. That very well could do it.
So Aaron Sayer, who we thought would be starting on the outside of the front row, will now be moved back to P10.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a lot of ground to make up with just a few laps to go here when we go back green flag racing. Tell you what, though, things are about to heat up front. We know the 316 and the 25 have got a lot of pace. And I tell you what, man, look at Richard Gonzalez. He's up 13 spots since the beginning of this thing, and he's going to be starting in P4 on that outside row. He's got an awesome opportunity in front of him here for a great finish tonight.
Yeah, Richard Gonzalez really turned his luck around today.
Certainly did, and same with James McCanney. You know, we mentioned that hood buckled up a little bit here. It looks like he might have got that Ford F-150 fixed up and going to have a great starting spot here as he starts out in 5th spot here. So a great run for him tonight as well. This thing is winding down real quick, ladies and gentlemen. As always, you know, we just want to wish everybody happy holidays here. We're not going to be back until January. These guys got a couple weeks off. Take time with their friends and their families, and we encourage you to do the same. And your support. We would not be here without this league and your guys' support for tuning in and watching these awesome drivers each and every week. As we're about to go green flag racing here, probably, maybe for the last time. We'll see. But it looks like the iRacing Pace truck is about to dive down pit road here. We're going to take the green flag and see if we can't wrap this puppy up for the year.
As Jason Templeton is going to dive on the pit road again.
That's something's going on here. Very, very interesting scenario here as we see the 16 of Blake Giglio has a pretty good start there. Oh, he's throwing the block.
I almost wonder if Jason Templeton was getting that lap lead point and just dipping on the pit road.
Man, what a power move by that 25 machine here. The 16 was trying to block, and Cody Reeder said, no, sir, I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to try to take the lead again. As you see that 16 getting a lot of air help down there, down the straightaway by that 3 truck.
Yeah, the 25, 16, and 3 have been really consistent all day, really fast. As they're going to race each other. Maybe Richard Gonzalez right behind Dakota Camper, going to do everything he can to stay with them.
Absolutely, man. This is an awesome race up front here. It's always cool, man. You always pull for those guys. You know, once you start getting acclimated to a league, you realize, you know, who some of the really fast guys are. And it's always cool to see somebody that's not up front each and every week have a fantastic run. It always makes you feel good, and super happy right now for that 23 machine. As we see the 45 diving down low here, James Jones says, I'm not done yet. He's trying to come up here and take over this 4th position here, as we are 5 laps to go already.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth. I was going to say, speaking of front row, the man who started on pole and then had an unceremonious dumping is now fighting for 4th.
Absolutely, man. And I tell you what, dude, that 23 car is using a much higher line than everybody else, but he's making it work. He's making it work, and that's really cool. Bobby Anderson back up here in the mix as well in that 6th position.
Yeah, this late in the run, tire wear doesn't matter as much as they're just going for every millisecond, 10th of a second that they can get.
Oh, side by side up here for the lead.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see these guys go 3 wide at some point.
I wouldn't doubt it one bit if they have an opportunity. I think somebody's going to throw it in there.
All of these guys on the same kind of tire wear, all of them pitted on lap 52. As Blake Giglio will send the 25 into the wall.
Oh, boy. Oh!
25 is going to get loose.
Oh,
And into the wall again,
man.
maybe no, he'll save it.
Whew. He didn't hit anything, but boy, that was close. What a save by Cody Reeder. And I tell you what, there was smoke coming out from underneath from those tires, and I bet you there's a little bit of smoke coming out from underneath that helmet right now too. I don't think he was too happy with that move.
Yeah, very from Blake Giglio, kind of sent the 25 up into that wall. It's going to free up a lot of space for him when we go 3 to go. Dakota Camper, Richard Gonzalez going to have to do everything they can to catch up.
Man, that 23 is getting a great run on that high line. Let's see if it prevails as we come down the backstretch here. Let's go. Oh boy, that 3 truck. I think
They're
he
all over the
was,
place.
yeah, he was almost not clear, but he made it work. Whew.
Is Richard maybe going to shove the 3 into the turn? No, the 25 going to go low. Clear that 23. Yes, he will.
He made it stick as we are coming to 2 laps to go here. Blake Giglio leading the way. Your lone Toyota driver here tonight. Leading the way over Dakota Camper, Cody Reeder, and Richard Gonzalez, your top 4. Side by side back here for the 5th position with the number 1 and 45, Bobby Anderson and James Jones. They're not done battling either.
Yeah, as the 23 and 25 chase each other down the track, going for this 3rd spot, this final spot on the podium, doing everything they can. Dakota Reeder may be a bit slow in turn 1, at least from my camera angle. Seems to be going perfectly fine from every other one.
Interesting.
As Blake Giglio continues to run away, hasn't really had any competition since that contact with Cody Reeder going into turn 2, like 4 laps ago.
Yeah, he's got a commanding lead right now. About 0.8, that's 0.75 is where we're at here. Doesn't look like he's going to get too much pressure for the rest of this thing as we come down to the white flag lap here in just 1 second. One more time around Pocono as Blake Giglio leading the way here. He is going to try to take that Toyota to victory lane. But, going to have to wait and see if anything happens here. Looks like they're spread out just a little bit. And I don't...
Yeah, but you have to ask what, if any, action will be taken about that move by Blake Giglio into the entrance of turn 2 against Cody Reeder. Could that maybe be a penalty for the 16?
Yeah, I don't think so. Well,
I don't think it will, but you never know.
I don't think so, unless it was an accident and he was able to save it. It's oh, the
To the
25.
wall again, just trying to push for everything his truck can get and pushed a little too hard. Richard Gonzalez now going to try and capitalize and get 3rd.
Not
Will he
quite
get
enough there. Is Blake Giglio coming around here. He is headed to the start-finish line. He is going to win tonight at Pocono. Your winner, Blake Giglio, in that lone Toyota. What an awesome race this was, man. Action-packed event, man. What a show these guys bring each and every week. Congratulations to your winner here of Blake Giglio. We're going to step aside for just 1 second here, grab some drivers, and we're going to do some interviews. Thanks for sticking with us all season long. We're going to be back in January, but hold on, because we've got some drivers to talk to. We'll be right back with it. All right. And we are back we are going to speak right now to these drivers. What an awesome race this was. We're going to see if we can't grab our third place finisher here. Uh, Third place finisher tonight, Cody Reeder. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man. Had a couple wall slaps there. We saw that. But I tell you what, you guys put on one heck of a show tonight, man. Tell us a little bit about your night.
Yeah, it was overall a good night. I got into practice kind of late, so it was just just trying to rely on muscle memory to get the track down. And some we were off sequence and a lot throughout the race, which is fine. It allowed us to play a little different strategy, and a couple of different things went our way. I mean, honestly, it kind of worked out at the end with that caution coming out. It put us back in the game. But
Yeah.
yeah, overall good night. I think I was disappointed in myself. I let go of the stage win, and then obviously there at the end, probably could have maybe gotten a little bit better finish. But overall, good night.
Yeah, no, absolutely great performance. You're up front each and every week, and absolute blast to watch. Looked like you had a little bit of contact there with the 16 up front there. You feel like that was a clean move?
Yeah, I think he just misjudged the block a little bit late. I
Yeah.
was, I had a good run coming off the corner. We were racing, really hard. Obviously, we are going for the win. So, yeah, I try to get. I lost the lead because I gave him the outside, and get a run and get to his outside. Maybe I can get the lead back. And so, went to the outside there, and he came up a little bit late, and the option was to stay in it and kill us both, or back out, slap the wall a little bit, and try and regroup. So that's what I did. That's
Yep.
just racing. I don't think he was doing anything malicious there. It was just hard racing. That's just what happens.
Absolutely, man. There's a lot of people from the outside don't realize everything that goes on in our helmets when we're in the heat of action at 180 miles an hour. But heck of a performance tonight, man.
Yeah,
Anything anybody you want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
yeah. My friend Garrett, he always guides me through the races. He's a great teammate. Thanks to KPR Motorsports, all my teammates over there, and thanks for you guys broadcasting. Congrats to Blake on the win, and Christmas.
Absolutely, brother. Well, hey, and enjoy the holidays, and we'll see you next year.
Yeah, thank you.
All right,
You
bud.
too.
Right, we are gonna move on now. See if we can't get Dakota Camper in here. Let's see here, Dakota Camper number 3. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. We got you.
All right, man. Awesome. Second place finish here in that new Dale Earnhardt throwback looking scheme here, man. Tell us a little bit about your night at Pocono.
Race car. I wasn't really enthused after practice. I didn't think I was really all that fast, but just able to make it work on the long run. Had some of the good guys had bad luck, and we were able to get to the front. We'd cycled to the front there and was looking like we were going to win. Then that caution come out, and I got beat out of the pits by Blake. And Blake, he's pretty good. He's like 56 something. I don't know. He's incredibly good, but it was good. He's my teammate, so we got out of it, and hopefully we got fourth, we got fifth, we got third, we got second now. So we just need a win to cap this thing off.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Well, I tell you what, you guys put on one heck of a show here. That was a very exciting Pocono race. So great job to the entire crew out here tonight, man. That was really, really fun one to broadcast. I know we're going to have a couple weeks off here. Just between you and I wanted to say thank you to you for giving us an opportunity to be a part of this. It has been an absolute blast. So thank you for giving us a chance. Anybody you want to give a shout out to before we let you go for the holidays?
Yeah, absolutely. Want to just wish a big Merry Christmas to all the SERL drivers. Appreciate them showing up each week and practicing and driving hard out here. There's a lot of respect out here on the track, and appreciate these guys driving like that. So this is our last race for the year. So we'll be back in a couple of weeks after Christmas and New Year's. So just a big shout out drivers, you guys, for doing such a great job on the broadcast. It's always super entertaining to go back and watch when the race is over. I want to give a shout out to Darren's Nail Gun Repair. He announced this week that he's giving away a $25
winner to whoever's the cleanest driver at the end of the season, but he's added a refurbished brad nailer to that. So
Nice.
Darren's nail gun repair, taking some of the product and giving it to the cleanest driver. Appreciate Darren's, and also Unchained Motorcycle Ministry. They did this Christmas. They give Christmas to like 70 kids region here around Bristol Motor Speedway. So they did everybody in that organization. The Gathering Place Church is a big part of that as well. So big shout out to them. If anybody's looking for a church service to watch in the morning, tune in to the Gathering Place Church live on YouTube. And yeah, we'd love to have you.
Absolutely awesome, brother. Awesome as always. And congratulations on another great finish, Dakota. Happy holidays to you. And brother, we'll see you next year.
Absolutely. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas.
Yes, sir. All right. We are getting ready to talk to our leader, our winner here. Let's see if we can't grab Blake, number 16. Blake, you got a copy.
How's it going, guys?
Hey, man. Congratulations on the win, dude. I was just talking to Dakota and chatting up here with Logan in the booth. And I tell you what, man, that was one of the most exciting Pocono races that I've seen in a long time. And it was an absolute pleasure to call this race. You guys put on one heck of a show tonight, man.
Yeah, it was definitely crazy there at the finish, it felt like, and I think definitely didn't mean to do what I did there to that guy and get into him, got us all squirrely there, but glad we didn't wreck each other. We could still finish 1-3. So
Yeah.
got Dakota there for getting a P2 as well.
Yep, absolutely, man. Great run for you. Congratulations on the win, man. And anybody you want to give a shout out to here before we let you go?
Yeah, shout out to you guys for broadcasting. You guys do a great job with that. Shout out to SERL as a whole, M9 Performance on the car, Jake's Awesome Technology, everybody that's part of it, CBC Racing. I think I got them all, especially just everyone around here, and anyone else that can be a part of it, hit me up on Twitter.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, brother. Well, it is the holiday season. Happy holidays to you and your family, and we're going to have a couple weeks off here to spend time with those loved ones. Congratulations on the win here, and we'll see you next year, and hopefully have you back up here in the booth in the near future, bud.
Amen, I guess.
All right, bud. Take care. All right. Well, that's going to wrap everything up for us here. We're going to be headed out, like we said, for a couple of weeks as these guys are taking some time off. Yeah, man, there's, it's just a really special time of year for a lot of people. Just be kind to one another out there and help people when you can. Give people, I don't know why that says Gateway. That's interesting. Huh. Well,
What are you looking at?
we're going to pretend like that doesn't. I don't know what happened there. But anyhow, yeah, just treat each other, show some love, man. We love being here. It's a pleasure to bring these races to you each and every week on air. It truly is a privilege to have this platform and to make friends within this community. It's something that me as a business owner don't take lightly. So happy holidays to each and every one out there. Logan, I appreciate you having a really, really good time up here in the booth and hope to continue. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, man. So SERL, we love you guys. You guys put on one heck of a show tonight here at Pocono. And we'll see you guys next year. And until then, be good.
Oh,
See
you
ya.
said the dad joke. Oh no.